Well, hi, Kyle.
Hey, gang.
How was Joey this morning? Everything okay in his room?
Yeah, he seemed pretty good.
Okay.
Better than yesterday.
Okay, I'm gonna go check in.
You really should.
This is a Joey Bradfish wellness check.
You know what? Let's start over.
How are things today?
Things are good. Had a little issue to start, but I'm positive today. Things are good. The new Jeffrey Epstein documentary is out, or docuseries.
Woo, what's that on?
That's on Netflix. HBO Max launched today.
Wait, so how many episodes is the Jeffrey Epstein? 4. Is it all out today?
It's all out today.
Well, I know what I'm doing.
That's right. As soon as I get out of here.
Joey's good.
Joey's good.
Joey's good. Don't worry, guys.
So great.
All right.
Grant, my lights out.
Uh-oh. Wait, what? That's the second light in like 2 weeks it's burned out.
My
Well,
lights
there's
out.
probably a reason it's not working and you're looking at it.
You should put a potato in it.
I can't read.
Is that a pair of shorts and pants?
Yes. I sewed them together.
Oh, they're sewed together?
No.
Dang.
You can call us direct at 877-937-1047. Kyle, Suzette, do any of you guys know where Cardi B lives? Is she in Los Angeles? Is she in New York?
I thought she was in Atlanta.
Yeah.
Oh, Atlanta, that's where she
I
lives?
think that's like her main house, but the house that I've been seeing her at, like on her social media, is not the house that I feel like the big one she just bought.
The one where she
maybe
was like,
maybe it's a vacation home or
my
something.
dreams, my
Yeah,
dream. That
yeah.
big mansion that she showed. I figured that one maybe would be in Atlanta, but where they'd be showing her like where she was slow dancing with Offset the other day. I don't know where that is. Well, let me tell you why I asked. I get up at 3 o'clock in the morning, and I got up this morning, and I got on my phone, and she was on Instagram Live. And I'm like, holy crap, 3 o'clock in the morning. So wherever she lives, it's late, right? 3 o'clock in the morning?
Oh,
So if
yeah.
she's in LA, it's 3 o'clock in the morning. If she's in New York, it's 6 o'clock in the morning. It wasn't like she'd been up. And I watched her eat a plate of, and I don't even know how to, this is where I guess the Mexican, she watched ate a plate of tamarindos.
Oh, yeah.
What is that? I don't, I've only seen my
don't know what
mom
that
eat
is?
them. I've only seen my mom eat them. Is that how you say it? I don't.
Let's see.
It's also a drink. There's always horchata and there's tamarindo, and it's a long little thing that looks like edamame, but it's brown and it's got little bumps in it.
I don't know.
And I watched her eat a whole plate of that while I was getting ready for work this morning, and I was like,
I've always seen it as like candy.
Yeah,
like
that's what she thought.
yeah, but tamarind is what it translates to.
tamarind. That doesn't sound right.
I know that doesn't sound right.
Tamarind.
Never heard that before.
Tamarind.
Sounds like an interior color.
So she was eating a plate of those this morning, and I just sat there and watched her as I got ready, and it was so fascinating. I was like, "What is she doing?" So I was just curious to.
She's been posting a lot of things on her Instagram that I love. She's like singing to Spanish music. She was singing to Selena a couple days ago. She's been playing with Offset, like chasing each other around the house with Nerf guns.
Mm-hmm.
And then she's been she's been having a blast while staying home. I love seeing her stories.
She's like this, so she's eating this plate of tamarindos, and she's like, she puts the phone up, right, and you see him put the phone up, and she's like, I'm so fat, y'all. She's just like, you know what I mean? Like, it's so funny how, like, when you watch celebrities do normal things,
Right.
it's the most fat. Like, I'm not moving. I'm just sitting there watching her eat. And I'm like, this is the greatest video I've ever seen. It's so stupid.
Have you seen the video of her where she's like walking up modeling?
She sticks her belly out.
Yeah, and she turns around and sticks her belly out, and I'm like, I love her. Just love Cardi.
She's just amazing. Kyle, what are you watching on TV? Can we get to your TV?
Oh my gosh, there's so much. I actually have audio on the page in gray. Where do I even begin?
Well, I can tell you my wife last night went to bed at midnight, finished watching Selling Sunset Season 2.
I also finished watching Selling Sunset Season 2.
Is it as
and
addicting as she says?
so good.
Wow.
It is such a good, and I'm not like, I don't know, I just got sick of reality shows for a while, but for some reason, this one, I feel like it has everything a reality show should have. It has a little bit of drama, which sort of draws you in, but then it has like these beautiful homes, and then the whole season ends with this beautiful wedding, and I'm like crying because like these people are in love and they're finally getting their moment, and the girls are like, they're not doing drama at the wedding, and it's just like you feel very happy for Mary. And then they say that season 3 comes out August 7th already.
Already?
Wow.
That's smart.
Yeah, so it's like still to come. And so on this show is a woman named Chrishell, and she was married to Justin Hartley from This Is Us. And a while back, it was announced that they were divorced, and this next season goes through her going through the divorce. and they show clips of her like saying she was blindsided and going through that. I know
they have teasers already for it?
yes,
Oh,
because
wow.
they at the end of season 2, they're like still to come, and they have the whole season ready, and it's like it's already coming out August 7th.
Well, let me just tell you, my wife Blake was watching it on her phone, and I have never seen her addicted to a TV show. Like we're having like the family hanging out, and she, who reads books all the time, is on her phone. I thought she was involved in a very important email, and my son Jake was talking to her, and she wasn't listening. And I had to go, Blake. She's like, huh? I'm like, Jake's talking to you. Oh, and I go, what are you doing? I'm watching Selling Sunset. Like she was that into it. Is it that good?
I think so.
I mean, that's
like
crazy.
I usually only watch TV while I'm getting ready in the morning. I'm by myself. I'm on my phone, and this is a show where it was like the kids were playing outside. I could see them, and I'm like, I'll also watch some Selling Sunset.
Okay, that's good. Because she was like, last night going to bed, she was like, tell my sister, she goes, "You look, just watch the trailer." She goes to me, "Can you put the trailer on? Put the trailer on." I'm like, "I'm gonna go to bed." She goes, "Just put the trailer on." She wants my sister to watch the trailer, so I put that on, and then I was like, we watched that movie Lovebirds.
Oh, I
last
watched
night.
that too.
Yeah. So what'd you think of Lovebirds?
I actually thought it was really funny. It's not like, I mean, I don't put it up there with like the classic comedies, Anchorman, whatever, but it is really funny. So it follows this couple who, the movie opens up and they're fighting. Or you get to see them fall in love, right? And then it's like 4 years later and they're fighting and they're driving in a car and they're realizing like, I don't want to do this anymore. I want to break up with you. And then they hit a guy with their car. And they're like, oh no. And the guy's okay. And he rides away on his bicycle, right? And then all of a sudden, this person comes up and's like, I need your car. I'm the police. And they're like, oh my God, this is amazing. Like, okay, sure, hop in. And they're like helping this guy who just carjacked them hunt down the guy on the bicycle, and they find him and they're like, justice, right? And then the guy runs over the guy on the bicycle like a few times, and you're like, and everyone in the car is like, what just happened? I don't think we're with the good guys anymore. And then the carjacker leaves, right? And they're left going like, what do we do? And a couple of like witnesses come to the scene.
I'd like to report a murder or whatever.
We didn't murder anybody!
Yeah, stop.
You stop!
1, 2, 3, go!
The guy just ran for it?
Jabron!
Okay, the guy's name is Jabron.
Run, Leilani!
And the girl's name's actually Leilani. She's running too now. She's just happens to be African American, and he just happens to be a person of color as well. But I don't like think they're murderers because they're minorities. I think they're murderers because they literally just killed a guy.
It's like there's a little bit of like inappropriateness, and I think it's like a really good, I don't know, palate cleanser if you just want some like mindless comedy.
On Netflix, right?
Yeah, I thought it was really
Yeah.
funny. I watched it last night. I thought it didn't, I predicted two things. And I was like, this is not a predictable movie. But then the ending got extremely predictable. But it was still, I laughed out loud a few times at the movie. It's really, it's a cute comedy. What else are you watching? Wait, over the weekend, I was on Hulu and I landed on a show and I watched the first episode. It was a comedy and I thought it was so funny. And after I watched it, I text Kyle and I said, oh my God, like I was excited that maybe her and I found a comedy, right? So I go, I found this comedy. Watch this first episode. So funny, right? So I sent it to her, right? And then she texts me back. She's like, oh my God, whatever. So I started to watch the second episode. Then I paused it and I go, who are these people, right? Because I'd never heard anybody talk about it. And then I find out it came out in 2014 and I got so bummed.
I know.
What's the show?
What was
It's
it?
called You're the Worst. And so this show opens up on a wedding, right? And then this guy who happens to be the bride's ex-boyfriend like blows up on her, makes a huge scene, leaves the wedding, meets this equally inappropriate woman outside of the wedding, and then they basically, I don't know. I mean, I'm guessing the show follows them falling in love because they're both like very cynical, very egotistical.
They have like a one night stand, but it turns into whatever. But how many episodes did you watch?
I think 2 or 3.
It was good though, right?
It's funny.
Well, when I looked up the show, it just ended last year. So the whole thing went, and it was.
But I feel like Netflix is doing this thing right now where they're re-adding things and then it goes to the top of the list and you're like, oh, I got to watch this. And then you realize it was old because I started watching Just Go With It with Jennifer Aniston
Yeah,
and
you
Adam
threw me off
Sandler.
yesterday.
So good.
And I was like, what? And then I'm like, oh, this movie's not new. It's been out for a really
there.
long
Yeah.
time.
Been there. And then if you
a good
don't
one.
notice the references that are outdated, then you don't notice.
Well, Kyle says to me yesterday, she goes, I watched the new Jennifer Aniston Adam Sandler movie. And I thought that I had read they were doing another movie together after Murder Mystery. So when I got home yesterday, I told my sister, I go, Kyle says that the Adam Sandler Jennifer Aniston movie is out. The new one's out. And I knew they had dropped the one that he was like nominated for an Academy Award, whatever, Gemstones or
Yeah.
whatever, Gem. And I go, my God, I get on Netflix and I'm looking, and I see the poster for the what's it called?
Just go
Just
with
go
it.
with it.
Just go. And I go, boy, that looks familiar. And then I see the girl in the yellow bikini. I'm like, that's Brooklyn Decker. I remember the hype behind that movie. Like, and I look at it, came out 2011. I go, oh my God, Netflix tricked us again.
I know. I don't like it. I feel like there should be like this is just added.
Yeah.
Maybe so it's like not new,
Yeah,
but
that's
just
good.
added.